The time has come. Execute Order 66.
I've been basking in it for the last 30 minutes. My God. I feel like a seafront village after the Vikings have left.
So, Get Woke, Go Broke became a battle cry for normal people in America around 2018. And it's taken hold because people could see that inserting all kinds of political messages, obvious ones, into film, music, television was a bad business idea. It's a bad creative idea. And Wokestan would fall, and it is. Let's talk about it. So we have LaTondra Newton. LaTondra Newton, was it last week, 2 weeks ago, was basically fired by Disney. She was the diversity and inclusion coordinator director for Disney, and she basically had a face-to-face screaming match, it sounds like, with Bob Iger, her screaming, him looking at her like, you're fired, basically demanding she only report to him because basically the executives for different programs at Disney were telling her to fuck off. They're not going to do what she wants them to do anymore. She got upset, and they told her to go pound sand. She angrily strode into Iger's office, and he flattened her like a bug. Look, this is where the rubber meets the road. You don't do that to the CEO of Disney, especially Bob Iger right now. And she had survived the Peter Rice firing, so she felt emboldened. With Bob Chapek gone, and her probably stupidly thinking she had something to do with it, she felt emboldened. Women like this are not intelligent. They're not clever. They're stupid. Okay, and what she did was stupid, and she got squashed for it. But I do believe that Iger was planning on removing her and putting a very compliant person in her spot, or rolling her few duties into another executive's job. And that's probably the HR director for Disney will probably maybe get that job. Maybe they'll name somebody else. They have not said anything. The story is that Newton is helping find her replacement, and I don't think she'll find that that's the plan. I think that's a PR statement. Okay. And why is Disney now doing this? Well, she was hired in 2017 as, I think, a knee-jerk reaction to Trump, because liberals think that he's a racist, and he's not. Donald Trump is loud, obnoxious, in your face. That's who he is. And they could not believe he beat their darling Hillary. The knee-jerk reaction was this crap, this woke crap that had been already seeping into Star Wars, drunk deadbeat dad Han Solo, dried up hag Leia, and, Rey the bestest ever. And it seeped into 2016's Ghostbusters, which was a total fail, which should have been the message: this shit doesn't work. But here we are. So Todd Newton was hired in 2017. And by 2018, Wokestan was building walls, castles at every studio, theme park, and company in the United States. Okay. Diversity and inclusion director wasn't part of the executive team until around then. Usually it was the HR person who handled that stuff. That was under their purview, but the window dressing had to be someone specifically set aside to teach Whitey how bad Whitey is about minorities, and teach straight people how bad they are about the alphabet community. And it's like, what does that have to do with business? Okay, and this is where they started failing. In 2022, last year, Christopher Rufo got those videos, and here we are. Todd Newton fired, and God knows what's going to happen with her program Reimagine Tomorrow. It's been said 75 executives at Pixar were let go, the ones that were part of Lightyear. And one has to wonder what that actually means. But let's go into this deeper, because other entertainment organizations have fired their DEI directors too.
The fleet has moved out to flight speed and we're preparing to...
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral. Apology accepted, Captain Nita.
So Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav is not a man I would want to get in an argument with. He's impressive. He looks like he has an impressive temper. Most CEOs are like that. And not 2 days ago, Warner Brothers Discovery America DEI executive Karen Horn exits. She was fired. They fired her. So Warner Brothers Discovery is now shoring up their company and getting rid of, something that didn't make them any money. And ultimately, making money is the point of making movies. Now, I'm going to explain something. Get Woke is from Black Lives Matters. It's gender bending, alphabet mafia kind of terminology, but it did come from Black Lives Matters, and it means being politically aware. Now, on the right, we say we're awake. Okay. And I say on the right only because the further right you go, the more anti-government, the more libertarian you become. This is Karen Horn. And she, again, what is the point of her job? She honestly, executive director for diversity and inclusion, any kind of that is an empty office. You don't have anything to do. You just sit there and look pretty. And that's fine. Okay, that is fine. That's what the job is. This lady, and obvious Latondra Newton, last year approved it, went way over the line. But you can see where they're going over the line with inappropriate casting. Look at what the BBC did with Anne Boleyn. Why on earth would you cast a black woman as Anne Boleyn? It's a political statement, obviously, but still. Okay, that's just one thing. Now, yesterday, the Movie Academy Executive Vice President on Impact and Inclusion, JanelleEnglish, is exiting after 1 year. She lasted 1 year. And this is after they made a bunch of rules to where movies had to include this many of these people, this many of these people, etc., etc. And it basically stifles, again, Get Woke stifles creativity, and it hurts business. Okay. And with the Academy Awards, it hurts their ratings. Okay. But you've seen the red carpets lately. No one is glamorous anymore. There's no sense of class. I mean, when what's-her-face, Kristen Stewart, shows up last year with her bimbo girlfriend wearing hot pants, that's not the Academy Awards. This is just, what has to happen, okay? They have to get back to making movies people want to see. The rules are still there. And Richard Dreyfuss himself, who's a very, I think, a great man, and I enjoy him a lot, has stated these rules make him sick. Why? Because actors are creatives, because writers are creatives, because directors are, producers are. And if a black man is not right for this part, a black woman or gay man, gay woman, whatever, then I'm sorry, they can't have the part. There's nothing wrong with saying, this is what we're looking for, and putting it out in the trades. Cattle call for dark-haired, dark-eyed guys, Caucasian-looking, for a role in a TV show. Instead, you've got Pedro Pascal saying, we shouldn't include race at all in that. And it's like, look, if it impacts the story in a negative way, then it has to be included. I'm sorry, okay? And again, when you get rid of these rules and all this crap, you avoid the Moses Ingram issue, okay? You avoid the John Boyega issue, who he was properly cast, okay, but turned into a token, which is exactly what woke white people do. Okay, get woke is another way of keeping people down. Okay, it's affirmative action, all right? Giving people who don't have enough talent, Carrie Hart for one, to be in the positions they are, to fail, and then they get blamed for it. Okay, you look for merit-based people, and you look for appropriate actors, okay? My friend Lee Scott cast a red-haired Scandinavian girl to play his Ariel in his mermaid movie. Okay, why? Because that's proper casting. All right. That's not pandering and inserting someone who doesn't belong in a certain fairy tale, because that's not racially correct, ethnically correct. Okay, and that's not being racist. That's like taking a West African fairy tale, people, and putting Gwyneth Paltrow in it. Okay, or, think of the blonde actress, Margot Robbie. All right, it doesn't work, does it? Okay. Yeah, and it's actually, when I think about all the times that I've seen red-haired characters being blackwashed, that's racist in the opposite direction. Okay, it works both ways, whether people want to agree with it or not. And Hollywood is learning, and Wokestan is falling. Okay? We have now two DEI directors at studios fired, and the one, she'd only lasted a year at the Academy Awards, fired. Okay, gone. All right? Wokestan is falling. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.